What's good, y'all? It's iLLWiNK, and we're on Having It Made with Alexandria Jade. Tune in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I don't
9.
need your respect, cause I got it, made. I got it 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 made.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I got
8,
it made.
9.
I got it made. I got it made. I got it made. I got it made.
Originally from Pennsylvania and currently based here in Atlanta, DJ iLLWiNK has been energizing dance floors and curating unique events for the last, how many years? Not 5.
Yeah.
5 years. A skilled music producer and trained musician, he's performed in some of Atlanta's top venues, showcasing his versatile talents and passion for music. Guys, I am so honored to have the one and only talented Mr. DJ iLLWiNK here on Having It Made.
Okay, the intro, I'm going to just clap for that just because, like, that's wonderful. I appreciate the way you put it together.
But it's really been 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been in Atlanta, the journey itself has been almost lifelong, but taking the deep dive as like a career music man for, to sum it up, I guess, it's been since 2018, so it's 7 now. Yeah, 7 years.
Right.
But 5 in Atlanta.
Yeah, 5 in Atlanta,
Mhm.
but 7 as just DJ iLLWiNK.
Yeah, for the most part, right?
Right.
Right. I mean, again, it's deep. I've been doing it since I was a kid, but like taking that dive, 2018 after I graduated college or senior year of college, like just kind of went for it and yeah, just have not looked back. So I'm grateful for it, really.
Wow, I feel so young. I was a senior in high school in 2018.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I graduated in 2015, high school. Yeah, so.
How you feeling? Everything is coming to life.
You know, it's like there is like a calmness. Like I feel like I've never been like in a rut or like just not feeling good. Like even though things can always be better, I always want better. I'm good right now. You know?
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
More life.
Yes, that's what it's here for. You know, that's what it's all about.
So, like, I see you wearing the production black today. What we got on?
I mean, this is like just me being cozy because it's Saturday and like, yeah, I was spending last night and, you know, if it were up to me, I'd probably still be in bed, but we up. You know what I mean? I had to get up. So, you know, Puma, you feel me? Just that's the lifestyle brand. 1% right here. This is shout out my cousin Delonte up in Carlisle, PA. Little brand that he's pushing with a nice little message, you feel me? You can get 1% better every day, every time you do something.
Yes.
Any little bit, as long as it's forward movement, it's good.
Absolutely.
And then, of course,
Yeah, we got to talk about the hat.
it's just shout out Dirty Martinez. He just threw it on me, so I was like, appreciate it, bro.
Where? So where were you spending last night?
Peter Street Station specifically for the city of Ink. I think it was like the 18th anniversary thing where they kind of shut down the block just down on that end. And there's just DJs in like 3 or 4 different venues and just people walking around, mingling, chatting, sharing art and ideas and whatnot. And yeah, it's just a cool vibe. It's always a dope event.
Where? So, York County.
Right.
Tell me about York County.
Oh, York County is South Central PA. Really not much going on at all. Like, it's just where I'm from, you know. It was a safe place to grow up for the most part. At least like Red Lion, Pennsylvania is the specific town or borough that I lived in within York County, about like 15, 20 minutes out of York City. Rural area, so I mean like it's like mountains and trees and hills and cornfields, but then there's like a town nestled in it, and like that's where I ran around in that town. Man, I don't know. There's really not much to say about it. I went back for Christmas recently, and it's always humbling to like just go back, just to see like that was my world for, you know, a good portion of like my early life. But yeah, I'm just glad I wanted to see more because I'm seeing more, you know. But York is York. It's Hershey's not too far away if you care about chocolate.
We love Hershey.
You know what I mean? So Hershey
used to
Park
go to
is
Hershey
all that
Park
good
all the
stuff right
time
up
when I
that
was
way. Actually, where you from?
I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, so y'all made it all the way up to North. What?
I know, right?
To
So
Hershey
like,
Park?
I have
Oh,
family
my.
in New York, so we will
Okay.
always meet like halfway.
That would be a good little convenience.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, and then I don't know if y'all drove, like, it's just getting to Hershey Park. There's nothing around. Like Pennsylvania is like, I say I'm from PA. They're like, oh, you're from Philly. Like, no.
Right.
And like Philly's all the way over there on the
Exactly.
east end, and Pittsburgh's all the way over there on the west end, and that's like a 6-hour, 7-hour gap. And there's nothing but mountains and farms and trees in between.
Some people just don't try. They see P and they're just like,
Yeah, and it's like, I get it, but like I would have said that, you know what I mean? Like I'd have a whole lot of pride if I came from whatever city, but like, it's like I'm from York, you feel me? More specifically Red Lion, but we're here.
Yeah. So I want to talk about like just the music culture in PA, especially like in your household. How did you get started? Like what kind of music was playing?
And man, that's my pops. Like my dad, the iLLWiNK, God rest his soul, he was just always listening to something, and so a lot of my first introductions to lifelong things like Michael Jackson and hearing DMX, and I remember like he gave me a Walkman, and the first tape was "Pain Is Love" by Ja Rule that had a few of them hits on it, like "Living It Up," and I think a couple of them tracks he had with J Lo. This is like 2001, 2000. I just remember Jamiroquai. Like there was just random things that he would listen to in different CDs, and like he's just blasting it. So like, he passed away when I was about 5. So like it was like the first 5 years of my life, I was injected with like so much like culture and things that like stuck with me. And I kind of just had the curiosity throughout the rest of my life to kind of, thanks to the internet too, like you can just look anything up, and YouTube started, building in like 2006 or 7. So you're able to look up music videos and concert footage and things of that nature. So I just kind of took those seeds that were planted in me when I was very young and took the curiosity and just educated myself. And Red Lion, like where I grew up, is a very old town. So like there was old things, you know what I mean? Like vintage stores selling antiques, records. Like there was this one record store where I couldn't go until I was like 16 because he didn't let kids in there because they were just taking things. So either way, like I remember just walking past it and there's crates and like wanting to look but couldn't look, And then by the time I was old enough, I was like out going to college. So either way, there was just a lot of like oldness to explore, and I always appreciated the past and why things are the way they are today because of what happened, yesterday, really. And I say where I grew up was just kind of a reminder of that.
Well, rest easy to your dad.
Oh yeah, that's the motivation to everything. I appreciate it. That's the iLLWiNK. So I was Lil Wink, and one day the homie called me iLLWiNK on accident. And like that's where that came from back in 2013. Shout out Otha. I have not seen Otha in forever. I hope you're well. Like I don't know where Otha's at.
Shout out to Otha.
But Otha, called me iLLWiNK on accident. But that's a namesake that, I've had my whole life, and that's due to the OG.
So when he was just like, "What's up, iLLWiNK?" You was just like, "Ooh,
Yeah. No, like that's literally the reaction.
like this is it.
Because I've been making beats since I was a kid. So
Okay.
he knew that. And I was probably 15 in high school. And he was like, "What up, iLLWiNK? You made any beats lately?" And I'm just like, I was going to correct him, but I was like, nah, man, like you got it. That was it.
That's a wonderful story.
Right. Happy accident.
Right. Happy accident. Exactly. So like, what were you making beats on starting off?
A Triton.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of a Triton. What is it?
That is made famous by Timbaland and Pharrell. Like the sounds that were coming out of like the early 2000s primarily was like the Triton, especially coming from them two. They were using a Triton heavy. And my stepdad, when my mom, met him, he had a drum set and a Triton. And he used it a few times in front of me, but like around that time, like he had to handle grown man things. Like I guess it's an expensive keyboard. It's like $3,000. I don't know what he was doing with it because he had it for a hobby. But when he moved in, he never told me I couldn't touch the Triton or even the drums. He never said I couldn't play with it. And I'm very thankful for that because that's my foundation right there. So from the third grade, 9, 10 years old, I had those musical tools to my disposal and I played with them. I had a genuine interest in it, and there was never, nobody told me I couldn't. There was no limits on it. So by the time I was old enough to understand sequencing, which you can do that on the Triton, you know, he showed me some basics, and from there, just the floodgates, and I just making terrible sounding beats, I'm sure. I think I have some of them on a CD still. But you know what I mean? Regardless, the development began there with no, you know, restrictions. I was just doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's dive into your college era. Mm-hmm. What was this career like? Because I know that you had 2 radio shows at the time.
Yeah. That was all my senior year. So I went to school to run track.
Okay.
Like, music was something that I did because I had the Triton and the drum set at home, you know, and people knew that about me. But I ran track, like heavy into that. I went to school for exercise science.
What events?
I was a sprinter, 100, 200, 60 dash, 4x1, occasionally the 4x4. But so that's what I went to school. East Stroudsburg University, got recruited to run track there. And my first 2 years, I was just having different health issues that like just, it derailed the career for the most part. So I was just stuck up there at school and I wanted to drop out. But, you know, I leaned on music in the times that I couldn't run. You know, when I was hurt and I had to sit out, I was playing the piano a lot or making beats on my laptop. And I just, my junior year, I stopped running track, but I, you know, continued school. And that's when I got a DJ controller for the first time. My mom just asked me if I wanted one for Christmas randomly. And like, it's something that I knew I wanted for a while. I just forgot about it, wasn't thinking about it. So shout out Mom, because that was just, she might as well bought me wings that year. You know what I mean? Because like, that was it. After she did that, that's basically just what I did. So I worked a summer job coming back to my senior year and invested in speakers because I knew people partied. I'm like, if I have the equipment, like, I'm gonna make something shake every weekend. There's no reason why I can't, you know? And that's pretty much exactly what happened. And I went and applied for those radio shows. As soon as I got in there my senior year, I had done some like online radio in like the area, my sophomore and junior year. So I don't know, I was just like, we have this campus radio, might as well use it. It's free. Like, all I gotta do is apply, like, and I got a couple shows and just, yeah, had fun. Just dove all the way in.
Yeah, tell me about the content on the shows.
All right, I honestly want to bring some of them back. I did 2 shows, Real Rap, which I picked an album and I would just play and dissect the album from my perspective. Like, I would do some research, but also just kind of give a producer's and DJ's perspective to like what I'm hearing. Speak on just techniques or what's going on in the mix or sampling, or, you know, break down lyrics if it's something that's important. I usually kind of focused on production because I really don't care for lyrics. That's not my thing. But, you know, cultural impact, you know, things of that nature. Just sit with an album for an hour and let's break it down track by track. And then the ill hour was just me doing my thing for an hour. You know what I mean? Just getting up and mixing, playing things that are pushing the boundaries for college radio, but having fun.
I really like that name, Ill Hours.
Why not, right?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it would be dope if you bring that back.
Yeah, honestly, it's like, you know, I started No Request Radio and stuff. Like, I have the ability to just kind of pop up and put a platform, especially these days with the internet and just cameras and things, all the resources available. Like, can just do it. I don't know. It's like I've been focused on like really establishing myself in the real world and like, you know, getting just my feet on the ground and my respect and recognition as a DJ and producer. And I think once I feel more stable in that, then I'll probably have the capacity to just start other ideas and, you know, using my brand to launch other platforms probably, you know.
So here it is. You've created a name for yourself on college campus and you decide to come to Atlanta. What brought you here exactly?
The pandemic.
Okay.
Because, well, shout out BJ the DJ. Me and him ran things for a good year and a half prior to the pandemic. Homie, he'll be down here for my birthday in a couple weeks, so excited to see him. But, yeah, we were doing our thing in the Poconos. Like, I graduated and I moved out there because I had just enough. It's a tri-state area, so, like, Jersey's not too far, New York's not too far, Philly's not too far. So we're all around, just doing things, you know, obviously in our local region, but around. And that was the motion until the pandemic happened in the Northeast. Just like we shut down crazy. We were shut for like 3 months.
Wow.
Inside the crib, like we didn't pop out again until a Juneteenth picnic. So like it was like March 12th, like my birthday. I remember sitting inside and like the NBA was like, yeah, we're cutting the season off. Like, and I'm just like, what the hell? You know, so with that being said, I caught wind that Atlanta was open. And as I'm inside and I'm just on Twitter and can't do nothing else, like I just keep seeing that Atlanta and like the South is open. And I just had some money in my savings account and a lot of uncertainty about what was going to happen where I'm at. But I heard Atlanta was open and I knew that the music industry was here. Didn't know much other than that, the music industry, and just it's a city. So I'm sure there's opportunity. And yeah, it just came.
Right. So was there any obstacles that you faced like once you moved out here?
It's crazy because I was able to kind of hit the ground running. Like I went out a couple times and shook hands, introduced myself, and was gracious enough for people to like remember me when I moved down and sent me like DJ auditions and whatnot. And that was able to get my foot in the door relatively quickly. I was selling vintage clothing, so I was tapped into whatever markets, just going and like I didn't pick up a job. I still haven't picked up a regular job, which is crazy.
Wow, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, it's actually insane. It's like, cause I'm gonna tell you, it's gotten pretty crazy. It's gotten hard. Like I've sacrificed a lot and put myself through a lot just to like do it this way. But I'm thankful for Atlanta because like I was able to just come here and hustle. And like, no, I haven't done anything illegal. Like, nah, like no, I haven't DoorDash or nothing. I've sold clothes, run studio sessions, mixed music, sold beats, or primarily DJing. And I say the biggest like thing to adjust to, or even whatever getting down here, is just like navigating. Like my car got broken into 3 times the first 2 years that I've lived here.
Sorry.
Yes, and like luckily nothing's been stolen. Like I don't keep stuff in my car. I've always been that way. But yeah, like just navigating the bullshit, for lack of a better term. That's kind of the only thing I really had to like adjust to.
I mean, look, you're doing it. I mean, you have a name for yourself. You're out here. You're curating, and you also are making music.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
All right.
Because I know most people know you as a DJ, but like also as a producer, engineer, all of the above.
It's like that's something because I've been making beats. That was the first thing I started doing. You know, besides playing the drums, like the Triton was what I got my start on. And then I got my hands on a laptop when I went to college, got FL on that, and, you know, was making beats. And a lot of them are the beats that are now in my beat tape. Because I was just making things I wanted to hear. I wasn't even thinking about working with artists at the time. So, you know, it's just something I've been able to do for years, like over 10 years now. And DJing is a quick, you can get out there, build your name, your reputation, get money fast. And that's why a lot of people are doing it, because like kind of doesn't take much to really get it going, and it happens fast when it does. But production, like I was inspired when I saw K Tronado on the Beltline a couple years ago.
I wanted to go so bad.
Yeah, and it's just like it made me think. I was like, well, I'm not him, but I can make music, you know, and I could also make my own music and play that music, you know. So that's in the past couple years since then, I've put a focus on that, of just tying it all together. Like I had done work in studios and worked with artists. Like I have, you know, a couple projects out where, you know, I've worked solely with one artist, and I made the beats, we did the sessions, mixed it, put it out. You know what I mean? AJ Azani, shout out him, Long Live Wink. My debut album per se is out there. And, you know, a few others. But as of recently, yeah, I've been focused on just putting out the things that I want to hear, putting out all those old beats that I was sitting on for years, just because why sit on them? And people tend to enjoy them anyway. So I put those out. Gooey Butter Cake in 2023. That's shout out Jay Dilla for his beat tape called Donuts. Kind of inspired me, just like I'm gonna name my, you know, things after sweet treats. Like, you know what I mean? So Gooey Butter Cake 2023, Gingerbread Man in September 2024. I have another one in the tuck called Funnel Cake that's going to drop whenever I feel like dropping it. But been focused on making house edits and getting music out there for other DJs to play and people to listen to, and like getting my presence up on SoundCloud, which is something I could have always been doing, and I like kicked myself for it. Like, why didn't I think of that earlier? But yeah.
Do you have a dream collab?
Wow. Low key, I would love to like engineer a Don Toliver session, or even like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
It's like I hate recording these days. I burnt myself out. Like I had done some internships and jobs at like studios out here, and I hate recording music that I don't like care about. Like, you know, it's just it kills your soul. So it's just like,
Right.
if I can work with an artist that's like on point, competent, and super talented, like, of course, like I'm down for that. And Don Toliver's just got one of them voices I would love to get my hands on. Again, same with Chris Brown. Like, shout out Stems on FL Studio, because all these edits I've been making, I'm able to like low key do that. You know what I mean? Artificially get a hold of somebody's vocals and like sauce them the way I would want to sauce them. But you know,
It's gonna happen. I'm excited.
yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep doing my
We're gonna
thing.
get Chris and Don Toliver to see this clip.
That would be fire.
It's
I love
gonna
it. Just a
happen.
session. I don't even know if I want to produce for them. If it comes down to it, we can do that. But like, I just want to record the vocals and like mix them. That's all I want.
Right. So it's so much to talk about with
Yeah.
you. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm here to
like,
talk.
With no requests.
Yes.
That you started where you're interviewing DJs, like you have your own platform.
That was a party first, and it is a party first.
Yeah.
No request. The platform, the interview platform, was just me pivoting because out of necessity. Like, curating events is difficult. It's not easy, especially like in my position where I'm still relatively new down here. Like I've made waves, but like I don't have a deeply rooted network here because it's still all fresh and new. And like I'm finding myself just having to make my way. Like even to this day, like still just trying to like earn certain respect and stripes to like have people get behind my ideas or like hold space for me to do the things that I want to do. Like I'm still fighting for that to this day. But with that being said, yeah, curating events, it costs money. So
yeah.
you know, like I'm fair about things. Like people do a lot of events and like will run off with the money, or like they didn't make, you know, a profit, or they barely broke even, so they're not paying anybody. I don't believe in that. Like I'm paying, if you are my DJ, I'm paying you because you provided a service. Like
Right.
I'm going to get my money on the back end because this is my thing. You know what I mean? But I'm not finna make nobody wait on my money or wait on money that, you know, I'm waiting on. That's ridiculous. If you did your job, you get paid. That's an expense.
Yep.
So it's like I've been building that and just like low key not even making any money off these events because I'm funding them myself and I'm learning by myself. Like I'm trying to bring in some other people to help promote, but I'm also promoting myself as somebody that's still growing and establishing a network. So I'm doing it the hard way, but at the same time too, experience is the best teacher. So with that being said, like there was points in the early no request party days where it just got to a point where like, all right, I have to take a break from this, recoup some funds, recalibrate, but I want to keep the brand alive. So how can I do that? And that's like, all right, I had mics, bought a camera, let me just talk to DJs, start a mix show. And that's
amazing.
exactly what I did.
That's really dope. Do you have some favorite DJs in the city you want to shout out?
Oh, I mean, shout out Kid Cream. Like that is one of the like most talented DJs I've witnessed in person. Like in terms of like his technical skill and the ease at which he just flows through his sets and like does his thing. He's been doing it since he's a kid. He's a prodigy. Like when I talked to him and like learned about it, I'm like, oh, so you're a prodigy. Like you've been doing this type thing, you know? And like for him to even be able to host and have mic presence while doing some of the things that he's doing, which are just like mind bending to me. And most people are mind bended by what I do because I take it serious, but like he's a different level. Like I'm not going to talk. Like I can't talk and do music at the same time. So anybody that like can do that is, you know, just up there to me. Like again, Unruly, I appreciate him and what he's built out here. Champagne Trap, the whole Player 99 collective. Whip Appeal is new, but she's on the rise, and like there's a lot of talented folks. Like it's just there's so many of us, you know. I can go on and on. Like Don Picasso shows a lot of love. His Sundays mix show is a testament to consistency over time. Again, I could go on. I can go on. Like I can go on. But yeah, look, again, we got things to talk about. So yes.
I heard you be throwing cookouts.
Yes. Uncle Wink's cookout. Which
Okay.
again, that's an honor. Like I'm Uncle Wink because like I'm an old head to a lot of people for whatever reason. That's just my soul. But like that's my pops. Like in all honesty, that's really in honor of him. I do that every August at Piedmont Park. I pay for the permits. It doesn't, you know what I mean? And I just get DJs together and I'm like, we're just going to have a field day, like picnic style, tell the people to pull up. We'll get the sound system together and we're just going to be outside today. and I've been able to pull that together for 3 years now. Looking to make that annual. Since I've gotten my own solo apartment in Inman Park, I've been able to like host more gatherings at home. So if it's not like the big cookout at Piedmont Park, we're doing, you know what I mean, little gatherings at the crib. I got this tiny grill, but I've been able to feed a lot of people off this grill. You know what I mean? So we just making do with what we have, and like just bringing people together, like not worried about music or this, that, and the third. Like if we discuss ideas, we discuss ideas. But again, I do these things because of the lost time that I had. Like I didn't come here and go to Georgia State and like have roots here in Atlanta. Like I came here as an adult. I was not a part of any institution or anything to build community. I had to come and find it or make it myself. So again, even with No Request Radio, I'm just bringing people to me and creating shared experiences. Like just I'm going to power the shared experience so that way I can build genuine connections with people, because again, I wasn't here in 2016 vibing with folks, you know what I mean? So we don't go back. So I have to give us something that's back, you know what I mean, for lack of a better term. So again, No Request Radio is just meeting people. Like a lot of those conversations, like DJs that I've wanted to connect with, but like I just haven't been able to run into them. But like, let me bring you to me, and like we'll dead get to know each other right here. Yeah. You know, in real time on camera. But from there, like now we know each other, you know, or have rapport. It's more than just trying to shake hands in a loud venue and have small talk. Like we had a real conversation, and that, you know, holds weight.
Well, thank you for what you're doing for DJs here in Atlanta. I think what you're doing is incredible.
I'm just trying. It's all out of necessity, you know what I mean? I'm making up for lost time, and I have time. That's why I've dedicated myself to it. I don't do anything else part-time. Like, so for better or for worse, I'm putting my free time into myself and my creativity, and just putting everything on the line to like just push my endeavors and make things happen, because I have no other choice. I'm not giving myself another choice.
You're
you know?
doing it.
I appreciate that.
There are no other options. It's win. The only choice is to win.
And it's like if I fail, like I will continue to fail. Like I was just watching the Luther Vandross documentary yesterday.
I need to watch it. I don't have
you
HBO
seen it on
Max.
Yeah. I didn't know it was on there. I watched it, but he said something like, "This is what I'm doing, and if I fail, I'm just going to keep failing." Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just what it's going to be, and I feel that.
I need somebody to pay for my HBO Max subscriptions, because I need to watch it ASAP.
Yeah, they be having things on HBO Max. There's way too many subscriptions to have. And low key, I'm sure I'm paying a cable bill, like just in total subscription fees. Yeah. But, you know.
Okay, so before we wrap up, tell me a little bit about Live from the Basement, if you keep it short.
Oh, yeah. Live from the Basement.
I love what you're doing. Like Live from the Basement.
I need that to go.
BASS. It is.
I need it to go. And basement, that's apartment 4B's branding. So the basement is the basement. That's the Speakeasy below apartment 4B. Okay. I've been DJing at apartment 4B. I'm actually gonna be there tonight. Okay. But anyway, upstairs, but not downstairs. Pull up, man. Right. You know, have some dinner. You know what I mean? Good drinks. Either way, the basement was a Speakeasy. They opened up a couple years ago. Okay. A year ago, they were like, "Do you want to take over a night? We're trying to activate it." I'm like, "Okay, I will." So I got every Thursday in there, and you know, promote mellow smooth, which is a calm vibe. Like it's Speakeasy, so like play a chill set. I bring my DJs in, play a chill set. Vibe, on the other hand, is house and I'm a piano. An excuse for me to play house music because I produce it and I love it. And I feel like house music needs to be embraced in black spaces way more often than what it is, especially here in Atlanta. So that's kind of my initiative for that. But my man's Gio, shout out Ruthless Gio, suggested like, why don't you put a camera in here? And I'm just like, why don't I? Like, why not? So I know a lot of people with cameras, and I was just like, yeah, let's just start recording these sets, put this out there, build a platform. You know, we have apartment life, we have the living room, now we have the basement, and I'm trying to be Atlanta's like premier DJ content thing. Like there is Cadillac Chronicles, fantastic, going crazy. Shout out 777 Pound. Yes. Shout out Controllerize. Yes. But there's a new one. The guy in the car, is it? Yeah, that's Cadillac Chronicles. Okay, yes, and like that's a thing that he started back in over the summer. It's fire. I was the second DJ on the platform, but the first to go viral, and the thing is going up ever since. So shout out Brian, because he's been running with that and going crazy. But I'm hoping to have similar success in the basement, bringing out, again, new DJs, heavy hitters, you know what I mean, and hopefully building the platform to the point where I can put on somebody who's up and coming and make it worth their while. You know what I mean? Like actually give them exposure through the platform. But consistency over time. The viral moment has yet to happen.
It's gonna
but
happen.
people see it because it's there.
The content looks amazing.
I appreciate that. And we just now like got it down. Like our lighting and our angle, like, all right, this is what we're doing. This is the formula. This is the way it's gonna look. Like trial by fire, we've learned over time, but we got it now. And yeah, I need this to go because the city needs it. And if y'all ever wanted to be at like an apartment life set or a living room set or something, you'd be like, yo, like, where do they do that at? We do that in the basement every Thursday at apartment 4B. It is open to the public. You don't have to know anybody. Just stay in tune.
We're definitely going to pull up. Okay, so I want to ask you a question. What is one of your favorite soundtracks of all time?
Wow. I don't know. I never like gave that thought. Like, what movie just had... I know this is random. It's going to be really random, but it's the first thing that come to mind because I'm going to be sitting here pondering this. Like Mike.
That's real.
Like Mike
just Mike was amazing.
There's a few songs on there that like I just remember hearing and like they're like ingrained in me. And like I remember looking them up later on and like downloading them onto my SoundCloud and stuff. Or not SoundCloud, my Spotify. I know that's not like there. I could have probably a way better answer. I was not expecting that. But Like Mike is for whatever reason the first thing that comes to mind because like I don't know, that was my shit. You know, back in the day, I watched the mess out that movie. Probably ran the tape out. But at the end of the day, that music, anytime some songs came on, like they stuck with me.
Right.
I remember I had the Bow Wow CD and whatnot, all that. Like,
yeah.
Shout out Like Mike.
I think I had Like Mike when I think about it.
Shout out Like Mike.
Yeah. Well, I know that you're a DJ. You know, most DJs like have everything. Like, I didn't know what to get you as far as music in your crate. So I did get you something.
What? Not surprises.
I got you the soundtrack to Sunset Park.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Because because we have to read. And this is, wow. So I'm already saying Tupac, Ghostface Killer, The Dog Pound, Mobb Deep, Aaliyah, Groove Theory, Queen Latifah. All right, MC Light, Adina Howard. What year is this?
Nothing but East Coast Rap, 1996.
1996.
And it was number 3 on the Billboard 200.
Wow. That's fire. Like, this is actually just going to be good to listen because, like, none of the names on here seem to be, like, the commercial hits. Like, this is really the soundtrack. But, like, I'm familiar with all these artists. So, this is actually going to be a time capsule of vibes. If you said 96, yeah, this is going to hit. And I got the record player at home, so
yeah. Shout out to people who listen to records, real
Sunset
records.
Park. You feel me? Honestly, have I even seen this movie?
Like, I haven't seen it either, but we're gonna check it out and do our homework.
I might have. Yeah, now you know it's probably on Amazon.
It's with
Prime
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah,
shout out Terrence Howard.
Shout out Terrence Howard.
You know, Maine. Shout out Terrence Howard, man.
Terrence Howard,
you feel me? Oh wow. Okay.
You know it's hot out here for a pimp.
Right. That movie was so wild, yo. They had Taraji P. Henson in there with like a 8th grade reading level and she was pregnant. They was in the trap house with a dream.
They was
Bro
hungry.
went to jail and then his song popped. What a story.
Mr. iLLWiNK, I'm so happy that you joined us today.
You know. Yes. This is
Yeah.
This is wonderful. I appreciate this.
Absolutely.
Your attention to detail is fantastic. Keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a dream out here trying to build a platform and just do something. So I see the team here. That's wonderful. You know what I mean? The space is dope. The vibes was fantastic. This is dope, intentional gifts. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you so much. Any last words before we wrap up?
I feel like we've covered everything and I appreciate that. Really, y'all, like I said, just like she's doing, like I'm doing, like you're doing, just keep doing, you feel me? And don't be afraid to fail. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. If things don't happen right away, keep it going. Definitely recalculate, though, because you don't want to run in the wrong direction too long. But,
I know that's right.
Right. You know what I mean? You only got one life to live, so go ahead and make something of it.
Thank you so much, beautiful people, for tuning in to this episode of Having It Made with iLLWiNK. I am Alexandria Jade. You guys be sure to follow the page at Having It Made. Subscribe to the channel, Having It Made. Be sure to check out Live from the Basement at Apartment 4B. Apartment 4B. Y'all don't want to miss it every Thursday. I am your host, Alexandria Jade, and we will see you guys next episode.
Peace, y'all.